Hi guys, today we are going to learn about sequences. The learning outcome that we would like to achieve for today is we want to express the nth terms of a sequence. Well, what is a sequence? Sequence is a set of ordered numbers arranged in a particular order. For example, we have 2, 4, 6, and 8. So it's a sequence here. The numbers which form the sequence are called terms. That means this is the first term, this is the second term, and this is the third term and fourth term. Well, what is a series? Series is if we have these sequence numbers added together. That is a series of numbers. A finite sequence means that we have a sequence which has fixed number of terms. For example, here we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms, and there's no other terms after 5. So this is what we call as finite. Infinite sequence means that we have infinite number of terms. So here we have the sequence will look like this: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then these 3 dots means that it goes to infinity. Example 1. Find the first 3 terms of the sequence defined by each formula. Tn here means is the general term of the sequence. This question wants you to find the first 3 terms of the sequence. That means we want to find T1, T2, and T3. Since we already have the general formula of the terms, we can just substitute n to be 1, 2, and 3. I'll show you how you do this. Okay, so Tn equals 2n squared minus 1. To find the first term, just substitute in n to be 1. Like this. So 2 times 1 minus 1 is 1. The second term means we want to find T2. So we just substitute in 2 into n. And what you get is 7. Next term, you just do the same thing, just substitute in 3 into n. And you get 17. So don't forget to write your conclusion. The first 3 terms are 1, 7, and 17. You can try out the other 2 examples. They're pretty simple. Pause the video and then check your answer. Okay, have you tried them out? For the next general formula, they don't write n for the unknown, but they write k as the unknown. It's the same thing. We want to find T1, T2, and T3, so just substitute in k to be 1. And what you get is 0. And T2, substitute in 2 into k, and you'll get 2. Substitute 3 into k to find the third term. So your first 3 terms are 0, 2, and 6. For question C, the unknown now is written as I, not n or not k. But we do the same thing, just substitute in 1 into I. And your answer is 1 plus 1 over 2. Next, the second term, just substitute in 2 into the I here, and just leave 1 plus 1. You get 2 over 3. Next, substitute in 3 into the i's. You get 3 over 4. So the first 3 terms are 1 over 2, 2 over 3, and 3 over 4. Did you get them right? Okay, example 2. Find the nth term of a sequence whose first terms are given. Right. So this is a little bit more challenging than just now. So we want to find the general formula for the terms. How to find it after they have given us the sequence is, we can start by finding the difference between these terms. And the difference between the terms are 7 minus 4 is 3. Or you can also check 10 minus 7, the difference is also 3. 13 minus 10, the difference is also 3. So that means we can write our first conclusion to be Tn equal to 3n. But we have to check, is it true if we just substitute in n equal to 1 into this formula? We'll get the first term, which is 4. When you substitute in 1 into this formula that we have just derived, we found that our first term is 3. It's not equal to 4, which is our first term given in the sequence. So to correct this error, what's the difference between 3 to 4? The difference is 1. So to correct the error, we have to add 1 to this formula that we have just derived just now. Once we have corrected this error, you can just simply check. The first term will equal to 4. The second term, substitute in n to be 2, you get 7, and so on. This new general term is satisfied for the sequence given. Next question, you can try this and compare our answers. So to solve this question, since you have a fraction, you have to divide them into numerator and denominator. We are going to find their relation separately. First, look at the numerator. The sequence of the numerator is 1, 3, 5, and 7. Remember, just now what we did was we want to find the difference between the numbers. So the difference between the terms is just 2. 3 minus 1 is 2, 5 minus 3 is 2, 7 minus 5 is also 2. That means we can write our first formula to be Tn equal to 2 times n. But before that, please check, is it correct that our first value, when we substitute in 1 into 2n, you get 1. When you substitute in 1 into this formula, you get 2, which is not equal to the first term, 1. Okay, this is the first term. So if it's not equal, how to correct this error? Since the value of the term is 1, which is less than 2, we have to minus 2 with 1. So we correct this error and write Tn equal to 2n minus 1. You can check this if it's correct or not. 2 minus 1 is 1. T2, 2 times 2 minus 1 is 3, and so on. So this formula now is correct for the numerator. But we are not done yet because we have not found the general formula for the denominator. The denominator is 2, 4, 6, 8. So the difference between the terms are just 2. We can write Tn equal to 2n and then check if the value is correct. T1 is equal to 2. From the sequence given, our first term of denominator is equal to 2. So it's correct. We can write the denominator formula to be Tn equal to 2n. So the final formula for this whole fraction is you combine the formula from the numerator and the denominator together, put them at their respective orders. Okay, so it's like this. You can check if you get the correct formula or not. Substitute in 1 into the n's, like this. And then what you get is 1 over 2 for the first term, and you can check for the second, third terms as well. Okay, example 3. The nth term of a sequence is given by Tn equal to 2pn plus qn squared. Determine the values of p and q if T3 is equal to 12 and T4 is equal to 24. How to solve this question? We want to determine the values of p and q, but they have given us the value of the third term and also the fourth term. So what is p and q? To solve this question, write down the information given. That's your first step. Your first information given is the general term of the sequence, Tn. And then they have given us T3 and also T4. So what should you do next is, all of these are terms. We can just substitute in 3 into this n and also 4 into this n and equate them to 12 and 24. Okay, so that's your first step. Simplify this to be an equation. Since you don't know what's the value of P and Q, just equate it to be equation 1. Next, for the fourth term, substitute in 4 into n and get your second equation. Simplify the equation until you get the second equation. Alright, here, I forgot to explain that 6p plus 9q equal to 12. How can it be 2p plus 3q equal to 4? It's because we want to simplify it further. Everything can be divided with 3. And same for this line. 8p plus 16q equal to 24. How can it be p plus 2q equal to 3? Because all of this can be divided with 8. Because you want to simplify it further. If you don't want to simplify, it's also possible, but then you get large numbers to deal with. Okay, so since we have two equations, we can solve them simultaneously. Compare the second equation with the first equation. P is 1 here, but P here is 2. Q here has 2, and this Q has 3. So remember, to solve equations simultaneously, we want to eliminate one of the variables. So let's say we want to eliminate variable P. So that's why here I write equation 2. This bracket means equation 2 times with 2. So here, instead of P, you get 2 times P plus 4Q equal to 3 times 2, which is 6. Okay? So all of this equation will be multiplied with 2. Next, since your first equation already has 2p, and you know that if we deduct these two equations, this new equation with the first equation, p will be eliminated. Okay, so this new equation, we call it as 3. Let's say 3 minus with the first equation, you get q equal to 2. Let me write this down for you. If you can't see clearly how we did this step, you can just simply write equation 3 on top of equation 1, put a big bracket here, and then minus these two equations. 2p minus 2p is 0, 4q minus 3q is q, 6 minus 4 is 2. That's where you get the answer q equal to 2. Next, we want to find value of p as well. So to find p, you can just substitute in q equal to 2 into any equation that you like. First equation, second, or third equation. So let's say I substitute into the second equation, because now it's more convenient since p has only one p here. Our final answer is p equal to -1.